CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to do this braided loop stitch. And so here in the front, you have all these beautiful loops that are intertwined that go right up the middle here. Of course, you can make this into a large blanket or anything you want to, so you can do more loops if you want, and I'll show you how to do that. But today I'm just going to show you how to do this swatch. I did use a kind of ombré yarn, which you're not really picking up on camera for some reason, but it goes, you can see it in the thumbnail. It does change colors here. So I think the lighting is just picking up. You can see right here it's a little bit lighter and there's a little bit darker, but it's totally different in the camera. It's almost like a teal green, and here it looks really blue. So anyway, I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook for this and just a regular worsted weight 4 yarn. You can use whatever yarn that you choose to use. You could use a smaller hook and a smaller yarn, bigger yarn, whatever you want to do. This works for anything, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It looks so intricate and difficult, and it's really not that hard. I think this is definitely beginner friendly. So I'm going to use 2 different colored yarns. Like I said, I think a variegated yarn looks beautiful with this, or an ombre yarn, because it'll just simply change colors as you go. But you really just want to use 2 colors so that you don't have to work in your yarn so much. As you can see here, we're going to be pulling our yarn up on the sides like this. So it's you can't really see it, but it's definitely something that you would want to put a border around if you do this. Like I'm going to show you how to do it. So just keep that in mind. If you want to cut off and sew in each row, then you're more than happy to, but I'm going to show you how to not do that. Okay. And I'm going to do that using 2 colors. You might need a darning needle and a pair of scissors for the end of your project. Before this swatch, we're really not going to need it. Okay. So let's get started on the tutorial. So I'm going to pull in my dark blue first, just like you saw in, it starts down here. So as you can see, I started with the dark blue here. So we're going to start here. I hope it shows up on camera. But we're going to start off with a slip knot. And then we're going to chain 25. 1, 2, 3, and 25. So if you wanted to make this bigger, then you would need to do more multiples of 25. Okay, and now after this 25 stitch, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to go into the 4th stitch from the hook, and I'm going to put a double crochet. So this right here counts as my first double crochet where we just turned, and that's my second. Then I'm going to go into my next stitch, do another double crochet, and into my next and do another double crochet. So all in all, you should have what looks like 4 here. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip 1, and we're going to go into our next stitch, and we're going to put a double crochet. And in the next, we're going to put a double crochet. And into the next, we're going to put a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to skip 1. Then we're going to do 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you're going to chain 1, skip 1, go into your next stitch, do 1 double crochet, into the next, 1 double crochet, into the next, 1 double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to skip 1, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets. So you should end with 4 double crochets, okay? Just like this. So you see we have a space here, a space here, space here, space here, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to turn our work, and our next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet. And our next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet. And then in our next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet. Just like that. Then we're going to chain 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 24. Then we're going to slip stitch on our way back down. So we're going to go into our second stitch from the hook, and we're going to put a slip stitch. And we're going to put slip stitches, like I said, all the way down. So you should have 23. Okay, so we've worked all the way back down. So we're going to pull our loop in between these two stitches right here. Okay, so now we're going to put our loop right through here. And right through this other double crochet. So right where you saw that space right there, you're going through both of those and pulling your loop through. Just like that. Then I'm going to slip stitch my loop together by putting my hook through the very top, pulling my working yarn through, and doing a slip stitch. Okay? Then I'm going to turn my work over, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So I'm going to catch this stitch right here and do 1, 2, and 3 double crochets, just like that. Then I'm going to chain 24 again. 1, 2, 3, and 24. And then I'm going to slip stitch back down again. Okay, so you've slip stitched your way back down again. Pull up your yarn like this, and then you're going to go through this loop on this side, pull it through like this, and then you're going to do just like you did before. There's a double crochet right there. I'm going to put my loop right through here from one side, and then I'm going to pull it out the other side, the other double crochet next to it. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to join it with a slip stitch up at the top. Just like this. Okay, and now we have 2 loops joined right there. And then again, you're going to work in the stitch behind. So you're going to do 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to repeat just what we did over here. You're going to repeat over here. So after you finish these 2, I'll meet you back up. Okay, so we just worked our last loop here, just like we did on the other side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet our last 4. So 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one we're going to start a double crochet like this, go through 2, but we're going to leave those last 2 loops on our hook because we're going to bring in our other color. So I'm going to bring in this light teal color, and I'm going to pull that in right here, and then I'm going to tie it in the back. So you're just bringing in your other color, just like this. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to turn our work. Okay? And now we're going to work a double crochet into our next stitch. Sorry, a double crochet into our next stitch. So now we have 3, we have our chain of 3, then we have a double crochet and another double crochet. And now we're right here where we see we've done a loop, we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to go into our next 3 double crochets on top of those and do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And then chain 1 again where you see our next loop. And then go into our next 3 and do 3 more double crochets. I'm sorry, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you will chain 1 again, skip this loop that we did right here, go into our next set of 3 double crochets and work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and then these last 4 double crochets that we have, we're going to work 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and don't forget this last one, work in the top of it, and that'll be 4. Okay? So you're just repeating what we did in the first round. Then you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. And now we're going to start doing some more loops. Okay, so we chain 3, and now we're going to do a double crochet into the top of our next stitch, and a double crochet into the top of our next one, and a double crochet in the top of our next. And we're done with those 4 double crochets. We're going to do a loop again. So we're going to chain 24, and then we're going to work slip stitches all the way back down, and you should have 23. Okay, so pull up a loop there when you get done with that. And then you're going to take this and you're going to work around this first loop right here. Pull your loop up, and then you're going to join with a slip stitch. Okay, so you're going to go through this stitch right here at the top, pull in your other one, your working yarn, and do a slip stitch. So this is what it looks like right here. So we've come around this side of the loop right down here, right there. So then you're going to work, you're going to go right into some double crochets. So you're going to work into these next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to work another loop. So chain 24, 3, 4, and then you're going to slip stitch down again. And the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a slip stitch. So you should have 23 by the end. Okay, when you get to the end of that, pull up your yarn so it doesn't come undone. And now we're going to go through this side of this blue loop right here, and then we're going to catch this side of this one and pull up, and then you're going to do a slip stitch through the top to join it, just like that. And now you've got your 2 loops attached to the bottom ones. And now we're going to keep doing our double crochets like we normally do. Now, if you're wondering, the reason why we're not chaining 1 is because technically these loops count as our chain of 1s. Okay, so that's what's going on here. So we're going to go into our next stitch, and we're going to do the 7 double crochets that we need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now you're going to repeat over here just what you did over here with these loops. So the same exact way that we did these, you're going to do these over here. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then we'll finish up again, and I'll show you how to go up to your next level, and then we'll be all done with this tutorial. So I just finished with this other side over here. So we're going to finish with our 4 double crochets, 3 and 4. Okay. So we're ending with our 4 double crochets, but instead of ending right here with this double crochet right here, we're going to start a double crochet just like this, but then we're going to bring up our blue color. So we're going to bring it up. We're not going to pull it in now because it's already still attached. So we're just going to, without pulling too tight, pull it right on in just like this. Okay. And then you can pull the light blue tight if you need to, and then you just keep crocheting. And that's how you don't have to sew in so many ends. And so then when you get to the light blue, you're going to pull it up the same way as well. Okay, so then you would chain 3, turn your work, and then you would just start all over again, just with what we've been doing. You would do your next double crochet, do your next double crochet, do your next double crochet. So there's 4, and then you will chain 1 and skip 1, go into your next double crochet and do 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip 1, chain 1, go into your next stitch and do 7 double crochets across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then you would chain 1, skip 1, do your 3 double crochets across, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, skip 1, and then do your 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, just like that. And then you would chain 3, turn your work, you would do a double crochet in your next stitch, a double crochet in your next stitch, a double crochet in your next, and then you would start your loops all over again. And when you do your loops, you're going to do them just like you did these last 2. These first loops that you did that were connected to the bottom, that was just to start it. So now you know you need to go through the side, pick that up, go through the other side. So just do just exactly like I showed you on this light blue round. And that's how you do your loops. And you'll just keep doing that as you go. If you need to rewind, then you can do that to help you with each round if you need to. And then it just looks absolutely beautiful. It just keeps going up. But like I told you in the beginning, this was 25 plus 3, the chain of 25 plus 3. So if you wanted to make this larger, okay, and then you would have 4 sets of these loops going up. So there would be 1, 2, and then 3 and 4, then you would do another set of 25. But then, so technically it would be 50, and then at the end plus 3. Okay, so that's how that you do this, and it turns out absolutely beautiful. If you have any questions, you can obviously ask in the YouTube comment section below, but you can also find me in the description box. You can find my Gmail, you can find my Instagram, and you can find my Facebook. Please hit the red subscribe bell below, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.